on the Bovine Colostrum by Comeback Cow, and it looks like it's pretty much positive. It's something that I believe is what I'm looking for. And like I said, I only do like a little teaspoon of it. I don't need a lot of it. And I can already see the results. This is my second day. And I wanted to look a little bit more, do a little bit more research about the cancer, just in case. And what I found on webmd.com was satisfying enough that, I'm going to continue taking it, and I'll let you guys know what the results were for me. Now, what it says, potential cancer treatment, scientists are studying bovine colostrum for its potential use in treating cancer. While there are limitations, research is promising so far. So the bovine colostrum has proven to be anti-cancer effects in some forms of cancer, in some forms. So it went, if you read more about it, it did go in a little bit more details, but I'm just giving you a little bit of the information just so you can kind of understand that the safety of it, that it's fine to consume, and what you would be possibly using it for. Now, as I said before, after you get through menopause and so forth, sometimes some women will take like a birth control or some type of hormone supplement or so forth. And this can work similar to that effect, but it would be best that you speak with your doctor for those type of issues. So this is something pretty simple for myself. Like I said, I only take a little of it. I don't take a lot of it. And it does improve gut issues. And that's my main focus, was gut health. And that's why I decided to go ahead and take a little bit of it to improve my gut health. So it says the cons of bovine colostrum. It has not been well studied and it's not very clear, which we already knew that. That's why we were coming to WebMD to get more information. Now, if you're vegan, it says do not, use this, of course. And allergies, if you have allergies to cow milk, do not use it, of course. If you're a lactose intolerance, obviously do not use it, of course. So I'm just giving you some of the information that I was able to find on WebMD. Now, you don't want to be self-diagnosing yourself. You don't want to be doing that. The point is just to understand exactly what what it is that you're taking, to have a little bit more understanding of it, and the estrogen levels. So this is what we're talking about. So the bovine colostrum contains estrogen. And that's why I said only take a little bit of it. And trust me, I could tell the difference. Especially for women who get a little bit dry in that area, especially after menopause. It does get more moisturized, like it's more, I don't want to call it wet, but it's like it helps with that dryness down there, if some of you women are experiencing that. I wasn't necessarily experiencing that, but I did notice a difference from taking it. And I was like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. And especially because I only took so little of it. I only took a teaspoon of it with water. So for some people, this may negatively impact health issues if you're at risk for like breast or ovarian or prostate cancer. So, like I said, talk with your doctor, research, but just for regular, normal consumption, um, for what it is that I'm doing, it works fine for me. It's just that because I had leukemia before, I was a little bit concerned how that would affect the possibility of cancer. So, of having that in the past, I was very much so concerned with that. And the vitamins, the minerals, and everything are higher concentrations in the bovine colostrum than mature cow's milk. So you're getting the calcium, the copper, the iron, the zinc, the magnesium, and manganese and phospho. Am I saying that right? phosphorus. I hope I'm saying that right for you guys. So the fats in the bovine colostrum are primarily saturated fat. However, most of the fat is removed during the process for human consumption, taking the fat out of the bovine colostrum so that it may be more stable. The estimate 25% of good fat. So that's almost like the avocados and stuff, the good fat. You want the good fat. And the gut health, it has positive effects on the gut health, and that's what we were aiming for and what we're focusing on. And so I will let you know eventually by the end of the week what I think about all of it. Like I said, this is just my second day, and I just want to do a little bit more research just to let you guys know of why I'm consuming it and then if it will work for you too. But just keep these things in mind, especially if you have a pre-existing health condition. So, the anti-inflammatory in the gut health is why I decided to take it. That's why I clicked to order it, is for my gut health. And like I said, I had a flat stomach, but keep in mind I usually eat a lot of avocados, and I do the cucumbers. I drink the lemon water. So I wasn't really surprised that I woke up with a flat stomach. I kind of already knew how this worked for me. And the thing was, is this a good quality? I was wondering if this was a good quality product because I got it on TikTok and it's a good quality product. So I'm really impressed. I'm pleasantly surprised. And like I said, I'm sharing with you what's working for me. And I still drink my lemon water in the morning and so forth. And gut health is something important for me, especially when I'm manifesting and better health, and manifesting that body that I'm looking for and believing that I can accomplish. And it seems to be heading in the right direction. So that's what's most important. And that's what I share with you, the fasting and the fitness. Now, today I had a little bit of oatmeal. As far as the fasting, there was a little bit of intermittent fasting for a couple of hours. And then I just kind of felt like I should be eating something. I try not to just eat just for the sake of eating, but I do notice my body, I don't have the dips, and I don't eat a lot of sugary stuff, or sugary drinks. So it all seems to be working quite well for me, and I'm sharing with you how it's working for me. So if you guys have any questions or whatever about it, I don't see anything at the chat or anything at the bottom, and just wanted to really touch bases with you when it comes to intermittent fasting, taking supplements, and losing the weight more so of a natural way than taking something for weight loss. I'm really all about the gut health, just because the gut, it's connected to everything else. So having a clear mind, a clear, the energy that I'm looking for, I need my gut to be healthy, especially to manifest the things that I desire to do in life. And gut health matters when it comes to manifesting. So when it came to my health, I never really had a bad diet, and I really didn't eat out a lot. I didn't start eating out until after the pandemic and all of the events that took place. And then after the loss of my mother and so forth, my lifestyle just drastically changed. But it really had to do with when I went down south and I was trying to write the book about my family tree and everything, and just give another perspective about people of color, people that were misclassified, once were labeled as the Negro, reclassified basically just because of the color of their skin. But their story is totally different. And part of that, what I wanted to share, is that in order for them to stay O negative blood type, they did not mix quite like the story was being told out of Africa, because the blood type would have been different. So that's why I was just sharing it with everyone, just to let them know there's another story that's not quite often told. And you only hear of a certain section of America before it became what it is today. So that was the purpose at that time. So much has happened since then. And then at this point in time, my health became priority to me more so than a lot of the other things in life. And that's why self care and that self love is so primary because you got to take care of yourself first before you can reach out and help others. And like they always tell you, put your little oxygen mask on first. And that's what self care is all about, is putting on your own oxygen mask first. And part of that, even when day breaks, before day breaks, I'm already given that gratitude. I'm already in the mindset of what it is that I intend to do for that day, my intentions. So I know a lot of times I come on here and I tell you guys how grateful I am just to get things done. And that meant a lot for me because not only going through the health issues, but then to have the accident and so forth, I was so limited on my ability to do certain things. I had limited mobility. And then they didn't do the wheelchair. It was just one thing after another. So that mercy and that grace was something that I had to rely on. It's something that's unseen. It's an entity and an energy that you trust that loves you unconditionally. And that was what I went through. That's what the relationship that I've had with the universe is because it was just that, that sometimes you don't want to say you're disappointed in mankind, but you learn how to rely on something other than what you physically see. And quite often that's very difficult to try to explain to other people because you're not looking a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have the money or the that big luxury whatever lifestyle that they're looking for when they say that the God is good to you and the blessings. What they're expecting you to look a certain way. And when it doesn't look that way, quite often some people don't understand what your journey is about. And those are the type of journeys where sometimes you feel like you're walking alone, but yet constantly you're reminded that you're not alone. So it's quite often something that is so personal that you rarely ever hear people sharing about those conversations, as they say, with God or the universe. That's one of my favorite old books, was The Conversation with God. But I wish that there would have been another series to that of how he progressed and what he thinks of things today. But nonetheless, even for myself, when it comes to that relationship and knowing that there's something greater out there that takes care of you, especially during your time of need. And my dietary changed to the point where even I had to look and research some things about the food and the blessings that God has given us all. And it should have been stress. There should be no stress when it comes to food like that. And I was just beginning to kind of stress a little bit over food. And I thought, this is getting kind of ridiculous. Who stresses out over food? Like, you eat what you eat, and I normally eat what I eat, which is normally like salads. I love veggies, any kind of fried veggies, steamed, grilled, what have you. I just love veggies. So salads, that's just my go-to food. However, that kind of stuff doesn't stay very well in the fridge for long, so you're always going back and forth to the market to get those type of meals. So all of this drive-through fast food stuff came after the fact of later on in life. So I've always been like around a certain type of weight. And then after the health issue and then not having mobility, then that's when I ended up gaining the weight. And just one day I kind of looked at my reflection when I'm walking by and I'm like, dang, my boobs had got so big, and I just had never been that weight before. But believe it or not, I kind of was all right with it all. I was okay with being a little bit heavier, a little bit more breastier, and having a little booty. I mean, I never really had all of that, so I was okay with it, but my health was my biggest concern, especially with my heart and knowing circulation, having circulation issues, and then also from the past of dealing with leukemia, cancer. So I was concerned with that at some point, and then you just give it all to the universe and you do the best to your ability, and that's what ended up happening. I just ended up, my lifestyle changed. I didn't have the stress. Nobody called, when my mother passed, and I just was quiet. And that was one thing that I kind of, if you want to say prayed for, just believed in, and with the universe and my relationship, was that peace. And I was like, wow, I just did not it was better than what I expected. So that gratitude and that grace has been so primary in my life that I don't really think about much else but just giving that gratitude for having that peace, and you know, just being grateful for the things that I love and that I enjoy, and that I'm able to do so. Now, I didn't expect for the issue with my vehicle. That was just something that I was taken back by. And then the response of it was like, well, we got a new owner now, and they really didn't want to deal with it. So, people always in that lesson thing. I don't really look at it as lessons per se. I know that there's resistance in life, but I also look at the times that we're in, and just you don't want to focus so much on that aspect of it, but keep the eye on the prize, and being grateful for all of the blessings, and the ability to have the money to pay to get it repaired, and the repairs that I have had done. Now, ideally, being that my Jeep was for the most part in awesome shape, and I didn't have people trying to chop holes in it and stuff. um, I'm pretty grateful that after 20 years, you know what I'm saying, it's still for the most part doing well, considering all that we've been through. So I cannot stress how much that gratitude really means, just to be able, after all these years, to still have the mobility, still be able to get out and take the steps that I take every day, and getting the exercise in. And that makes a difference, especially with your heart health. You need to be mobile. You have to get that exercise in daily, even if it's just stretching, even if you just walking around a little bit in a little circle, and you touch the floor, and reach up to the sky, and just give your gratitude, and be thankful, and then carry on with your day. I know I always say I appreciate the universe going ahead of me and paving things in my way, in my favor. I greatly appreciate all of that. And even my followers that have been really good to me since the beginning, even though it may not be the 500 that I need to go monetized, I still appreciate all of you who have stuck in there and that come through when you have the time, because I truly do send out for you that good energy that you get your money. That's one thing that I don't want anyone to have any blockage in, or any resistance is in receiving the funds and getting your money, on. That should just come smoothly to you. And if there's been some kind of blocks, that they be removed and to be released, and that money comes to you in expected and unexpected ways. It's such a beautiful thing when it comes through like that, so peacefully, and it's protected, that our money be protected. Because a lot of people out there, they be trying to put their hands in your little money pockets and stuff, and overcharge and stuff. Even when I went to that KFC, the guy overcharged me. The chicken bowl that I did the review for you guys, was on sale for like six something, but they charged me 10 something for it. And so location matters. I was in a different area, and I just thought I would try that KFC because I was in the area. And I like to save my gas and run errands all at the same time. And unfortunately, I have to remember, being in the city, those things are out there and they happen. I could have just clicked not to purchase it. So um, I find that I need to keep my eye out on those things a little bit better, and check the different location, even though it's an extra step that I have to do sometimes. It's just something that is part of the lifestyle of living in the city. So when I went to my favorite location at the KFC and I tried the bowl, it even tastes better. It was fresher and it was put together much better. So that was definitely for you, those of you who believe in like lessons learned and so forth. Certain locations, why even bother? And then when it comes to fast food in general, a lot of the stuff, like I tell you, it's not worth it. And if it's not a location that you normally buy from, you may want to try it, but sometimes go where go where you treat it best, go where you know that the food is fresh. And so that's what I did. And I went to the one in San Dimas, and it was absolutely delicious. And then the way they did the coleslaw and everything was fresh. I mean, it almost tastes like a whole totally different meal when I went to a different location. Isn't that something? Like it's the same KFC with the name and the brand and everything, but I tell you that the location matters. Like the people that really work at certain locations, they really do a wonderful, awesome job in getting you, the fresh food and keeping the name of the company at high standards. So I really do appreciate them in San Dimas. I've always gotten really good food in San Dimas. And then here down the way off of Foothills Road, sometimes it's not so great, but in general they are um, pretty good at the standards and making sure that you get the fresh food. So San Dimas has not let me down. I mean, on 100%. So I just share that with you guys. Like I said, when I'm out and about, I will share with you what's working for me and what's not working for me. I know a lot of people want to know what's going on in California, and it's a lot of changes. We can sit and talk about that anytime that you guys like. You just let me know. And anything come on the news, I'll try to get a little scoop for you guys and give you the updates on it all. But basically, people have been staying out of the way, and downtown, like I can get through downtown a lot quicker than I normally do. So I don't know if that's because of ice. I'm not sure, but I can tell you that it is definitely a change. Even when I'm shopping, there aren't many people out and about. But that's been away for a minute now, so I think people already knew that a lot of this was coming, and they got out of the way and went on and found another way to do stuff. So I'm not quite 100% sure how all this is going to end. We just in the beginning of having this new president, so we all have to stay tuned and see how it's going to all pan out. I wish all of you the best. You stay safe. And as usual, as I said, I will keep you posted on what's working for me and what's not. And I've been able to manage all last year to stay under that 200 pounds. So I'm really happy I could do it naturally and not have to go ahead and go into that doctor's office and sign up, for the injections that everybody else was taking for their weight loss. I've really been able to maintain my weight and everything, just from eating like I normally do, the salads and so forth, but I had to be a little bit more active, just actively getting my steps in, stretching, and getting that heart palpitation, uh, doing exercise. I had to definitely do more exercise, and lifting the weights help. So I have these videos that I'm putting up for you guys that I'm putting together. I've been editing them because usually when you have your products and you want to talk about the products and so forth, it's usually best that you don't include two products while you're talking about it. But sometimes I just get to talking with you guys, and then I end up putting commenting about a lot of stuff all in one video. So I'm getting better with that, and I know you guys, those of you who help with my channel and everything, you tell me to just take the one topic, talk about that, and then make another video on the other topic. And that's the goal for tonight, for tomorrow, and we'll chat again. Love you guys much. Take care.